Right, so let's see, inshallah. Okay. So now, when Ijma' Sahaba exists, okay, this is treated as a divine evidence. That's a very serious statement. We're not even talking about just a hujjah. We're not just talking about it's an argument that is irrefutable. We're talking about there's a divine evidence. Not because the Sahaba are divine, they're not. Not because the Sahaba have the authority to establish law, no. Because ijma' is only possible based upon some narration from the Prophet ﷺ. So what that ijma' is a proof of is that if all the Sahaba agree upon something, there's a proof that there must be some narration from the Prophet ﷺ about it. There's no other way that they could agree on it. It's impossible for them to agree on it. So either that's a narration that we are aware of, or it's a narration that we are not aware of, but the Sahaba were aware of it because they lived with the Prophet ﷺ and they saw and heard things that they did not always narrate to us. Right? So we say that is idhar. This is exposing a hidden evidence, divine evidence of wahi, of revelation from Quran and Sunnah, okay, from the Sunnah of the Prophet ﷺ that did not reach us. Okay? Or they agreed upon something that did reach us. Either way, this is a divine evidence. Yes?
Is it possible for someone to say that, like let's say we don't believe in a hadith, but then was how they all agree on something because they knew the Prophet so well, they knew that if he was alive he would make that decision.
So look, there are different types of ijma'. Some of them are explicit and clear, some of them are unclear. The unclear ijma' is not always really ijma'. It's not, and in order to accept it, you need other things to prove that it's actually from the Prophet ﷺ. So if it's ambiguous like this, then we'll say it's not necessarily ijma'. If it's just two or three Sahaba agreed, maybe there's another Sahabi that disagreed. But if it is, for example, something which appears to contradict the text, then there's no way that even a small group of Sahaba would agree on something which is misguidance and is against the text, unless they had another evidence for what they're doing. To be honest with you, there are very few examples. Usually when we talk about ijma' is in refutation of people who make claims. So let's say somebody came along from the Shia and they say that Abu Bakr should not have been Khalif. Okay? And they say we have evidence from the Quran, and they claim this. They say that there's evidence in the Quran that it should have been Ali. And there's evidence in the Sunnah that it should have been Ali radiallahu anhu. This is their claim. So we say all of the Sahaba agreed that Abu Bakr as-Siddiq was Khalif, including Ali ibn Abi Talib. They all gave bay'ah and they all agreed that he is the first Khalif. This is the ijma'. Okay, this is a genuine ijma'. So any claim you have that this hadith or this verse or so on and so forth is refuted by the Sahaba, even though there is no evidence that reached us from the Quran and Sunnah explicitly naming Abu Bakr as-Siddiq over Ali as the Khalifa. There's nothing like that. However, the Sahaba would never agree upon this if it was in contradiction to divine evidence, unless there was some other evidence they had, and they would have had many indications. We know there are some indications that the Prophet ﷺ favored Abu Bakr. He told him to lead the salah when he was ill and so on, but this is not explicit. So the Sahaba, using what they knew from the Prophet ﷺ, they agreed that Abu Bakr as-Siddiq was not only eligible to be Khalifa, but he was the best choice, and that the bay'ah to him was valid. That ijma' refutes anybody who claimed that this was a contradiction from the Quran and Sunnah, or that the Sahaba did something wrong, or that they were disobeying the Prophet ﷺ. Nobody can make that claim because the ijma' refused them. Ijma' the Sahaba refused them. Okay. Was that the adhan? Yeah. Okay, inshallah. Okay, inshallah. It's just a recording, so I'm not going to repeat it after. But we'll break for Salah till Maghrib here, inshallah, and then we'll continue.